I'm alright to go a few more miles down and then spin it. Huh? Why not? Do you want to go to the... What was it? Do you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See them on the beach very often. I think that's what it is. Oh, it's flying.
Oh, it took off. You got it?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Go ahead. Go ahead on. That's all right. Try for it when we get up here. It's too reddish out here too often.
We got one watcher, two watchers. We're in the 40s, mates.
Nowhere to land.
Brenda's got some good pictures. She's missed some good ones as well. 4 watchers.
Awesome. There he goes. Is that him that landed? Oh, no, there he is. No, that's a pelican. That must be him that landed.
Bit of weed in this area. Didn't have it anywhere else, but I was just fishing here and there was a fair old bit of weed in this close gap. Robert, I didn't quite get that message. Let me have a all messages. That's good, yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, we're getting a signal. Oh, there's that egret. Red egret. Can you get it?
If you stop, I can let him get it.
You want me to get it?
Yeah.
Steer the truck. I got it, but sort of water clarity's at about 4 to a 5. Most of the birds and things are working over that second bar. And I put some out there, but there's a lot of current and weed and it's hard to hold.
I like driving down here with no one.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
It's fun.
It's really cool to be like 50 miles from civilization. It's real nice. Driving's real good. It's been good all the way down. I think we're coming up to, in about 20 minutes, low water. So I might go as far as the wreck of the Nicaragua.
That's what I was thinking.
And show you a couple of pictures of that, and then spin it and head back. That guy. I'm coming up to the, I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, you can put a sign in the distance.
What is that?
Tree?
Yeah. It's an old shark net, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Let's see.
Yeah. Since we've turned the Spectrum, we've had a lot better service. awesome. Look forward to seeing you, Rufus. A heron there, blue heron. Abby hates them, want to kick their ass. So there you are, we're at the 45. Got about 6 more miles to go and we'll be at the wreck of the neck. If you want to hang with us, I'll show you, and then that'll be our turning point. What time was low water? Do you remember, Brett?
11:19.
Oh, yeah, it's 11:19. So here we go, we're back on. Can you hear us, mates? Give us a thumbs up. This is a good area for people looking for shells. You get more shells in this area than most other areas. Willets. Oh, it's a curlew, sorry. And a willet. I think Lamb, he's got us. Peggy, she's with us. Morning, Peggy.
Peggy.
Water clarity is not bad, you know. I'm looking at it, but that current is running hard from the north to the south. Peggy said good morning. I was saying the other day, one day we were down here, there was Skipper and all of us, and there was like 4 young kids in a truck. How cold is it? 62. Not too bad compared to what it was. Yesterday was bitter. Seen some peregrines and things doing well down here.
Peregrines, whitetails.
Whitetails. What else have we seen?
Narcoles.
Yeah, quite a few hawks. And a coot that was being chased by. Now here's a good point coming up. If you're looking for a place to fish for pompano,
That's it. Right
there it is, right in front of us. It's outside them birds. Yeah, that'd be a nice spot to pompano fish. High tide is when? No, someone's asked me a question.
9:55.
How do you get the questions up? All messages. Here you go. High tide is late this evening, yeah.
9 something, almost 10 o'clock.
44 in Austin, so we're slightly better off.
Hope Jacob has a jacket.
Now, when we get to the neck, I'll just bang one out to see what we get into. Not expecting much, but I'll give it a shot. Just for the hell of it.
Why not?
Around here, there's a little structure we always called Miss Piggy. It's a buoy. Caught a ton of trout off that in the tiny. Mullet still in, so yes. So, but this north wind pushes it out. So it's over that second bar. So it'd be hard to catch it, but it is there. I've seen a couple of terns, them royal terns. They show off, they fly along the beach with a little finger mullet in its mouth making a lot of noise. What we got here? That looks like a night heron, is it? Right in front of us? No, it's a blue.
The way it was turned to 2.
Yeah. cormorant. One of them.
Pellies.
Yeah, cormorant pellies. It's one cormorant, pellies, and royal terns.
There you go.
Be about 3 or 4 more miles. "20-odd years ago, we had a big party. It was mine and Spurlock's 50th birthday. And we had a party called the 50 at the 50. And there was about 50 people turned up. It was really good fun. And Billy didn't drink, and he went into a liquor store, got a gallon of whiskey, and he drove it all the way down here to give it to us. We drank it that night. I've still got the hangover. Oh, there was a message come through there. I didn't see it. Hang on. Yeah, that's right, Peggy.
Lots of wind, yeah.
So look at the seashells here. There's a ton of them. So if people want to go looking for shells, this is a really good area. It's just in the 50s, coming up to the 50s. Sad thing about that night, the 50 at the 50, there was one guy coming down who was a friend of ours, and he had a truck. His name was Paul, and he had a truck called Big Red. And the truck was playing up, so he decided to go back, get it fixed, and come back again. He went home and worked, and he was working underneath, and it rolled off the jacks or something, but it killed him. Broke his neck.
He was young.
Yeah, young guy, real. And that image of him lying in that coffin, holding that fishing rod, still sticks in my head. So anyhow, here we are. We're coming up to the 50 and the wreck of the Nicaragua. Good story. First day I ever come down this beach was with Roger Mortimer, Billy Sandifer, and a guy called Buddy Goff, who was the writer for the Caller Times. And Billy stopped at the wreck of the Nick, and he was telling us about how we need to fish it. And he says, you need to throw out there, Roger, at it. And Roger threw out and put one right down the smokestack.
First pass.
Yeah, Billy always told that story. So it looks like maybe someone's on the wreck. I don't know, that looks a little bit far up.
Maybe. I wonder if it's where that point is.
Yeah, maybe.
I see the wreck.
You can see it?
I did just a second ago. Oh, where did it go? There it is.
Okay, I got it.
See it?
Okay, the wreck of the Nicaragua, it's got some great stories with it, but I think it was a timber ship that sunk like in the Spanish-Mexican War, something like that.
Past this point.
Yeah.
Between us and him.
And there's some great pictures on the internet of like that when it was on the beach. So that shows how this beach has moved, because that wreck was actually on the beach. And there's a story somewhere of a group of people that left from Victoria, and they come all the way down here, and I think it took them 2 weeks to get here. But what's left and what's sticking up above the water, which I'm returning to show you, is the boilers. Hang on, I'm going to swing round so you can see it. So there you go. Can you see that right in front of us? Shall I put a bait out quickly, just see?
Well, put it out right
we're going to put it next, I'm just
Go
going
the
to
other side of it.
move down a bit further south,
Yeah.
so I can up tide towards the. Have you got a bird? Brenda's just taking a picture of a bird. Yeah, I'll throw a bait out there. That guy. Yellow rump. Okay, can I move?
Go ahead. I could get it.
Mhm. So I'm just going south because the current's running so hard. I'm going to throw out towards the wreck and see if I can get it to hold. But that current's ripping out there, and if there's any weed in it, it makes it real difficult. But could you let them see me cast out just to prove I'm not lying?
Just gonna get that ready. You just get some bait on there. Open it up. Using fish gum. Uh-oh, he's rolled up his pant legs, so he means business. Good girls. Here we go. That's better. Ooh, that water's chilly. Yeah, so he's going well to the north of the truck. Gonna come across. He's out here, and then you got red right in front of us. Okay.
Got it pretty close.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out for a minute. I'm trying to go get that fish.
Okay, come here. Do you want the dogs to stay in? So, I put it out on there, but that current is ripping. And with that much line out, it's going to have a job holding, but we'll see. If there's any weed in there, we're in trouble. Caught a lot of redfish here. Black drum, trout. It's a pretty good spot. It's getting weed on the line. I think I'll call that a day, mates. There was someone south of us. I'm just wondering who it is. Let me have a look.
Okay, girls, move over.
Wind your window down, Brent. A couple of fishermen. Should we go and say hi? A couple of guys fishing up there. We'll go and see if they've had any luck. Did you get any good birds?
Just that, I think it was a yellow one.
Oh, yellow rumps in there.
Yeah. Yellow and green. We'll see.
This is Jeff.
Looking for punishment, just like us.
He might have a charla.
He might. Tough day for a turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. You never know. Yeah.
No? No, that's not Jeff. Have any luck?
Just got one little pompano.
Oh, good for you, bro.
We just started a little bit ago, though.
Okay.
You guys?
No, nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of green stuff in the water.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Having a job holding.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it's nice to see you.
Good seeing you.
See you later, brother.
Have fun.
Thank you. Yeah, they're getting weed as well. Come on down, Abby. Go back to mummy.
Come on.
So there you go, guys. As you can see, there's weed here on the beach.
Yeah.
Didn't have that much north, so it's patchy. You can get out of it.
Turtle.
Dead one?
Yeah.
Big one?
Yeah.
Hang on. Got a turtle on the beach.
He's well dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a dead turtle. Hold that dog.
That stay. Calm down.
I'll report until we can go in. So come on, move back.
Come on, Abby. Come here. Don't throw at me.
50 and what? 50 and a half? About half a mile.
51.
Yeah, 51.
So, it's not far past the new.
See, Donna likes to get them to find why they died. So they normally, I don't know if they do now under this new superintendent, but under a normal superintendent, they'd send someone down, Donna would, and they'd pick that up and take it back and do a necropsy, whatever they call it, and see what killed it off. But on the way back, huh?
We'll let her know anyway.
Oh yeah. On the way back, we'll.
The neck, so it's got to be a good mile.
Yeah. Well, there's the marker.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. Driving so good today, you're going to come all the way down. In fact, I have. I've been in two-wheel drive all the way down. Haven't had to. I never adjust my air temperatures.
Waste of time.
Well, yeah, I've never done it, and I can't be bothered. I know that a lot of people do, and good for them.
When the sand's deep,
Yeah,
it'd be
but
helpful, but not
yeah.
like today.
Well, even when it's thick, if you stay in the tracks, you're normally okay. And if it's that soft, just don't stop. If you don't want to get stuck, you cannot beat momentum. We've got 16 people watching us, which is good. So I'm going to continue doing lives on YouTube. I'll do the beach reports like I've always done, and I'll post them to YouTube, and I'm going to post them on my Facebook. But if you want updates, it's really good if you would subscribe to my YouTube account. There should be a subscribe button come up down there to the right. I'm not sure if it does. Well, it's the right on my screen. Or is it left? Can't remember. Yeah. I'm trying to think where that subscription button is. But anyway, just click that subscription button and you'll be updated every time we do live. This time of year, no one, like zero people down there. So if you get in trouble, now on them Jeeps they're renting out, they've got a GPS thing that goes on it. And if you get stuck or in trouble, you just hit a button or send them a message on it, and they'll come and get you. So it's a really good way if you're not sure about riding this beach and whatever. Rent from them. Overland America. Is it Overland America?
I
And
don't remember.
and I'll post the number. I agree, Joseph. It is too cold to be on the beach, but it's always fun.
Those are some of my favorite times.
Yeah.
You just get to drive and look. And
Yeah, there's no one else
birds are
down there. What
different.
them birds?
They're just or no,
Give me a coffee.
again?
No, I've got one.
Oh.
I mean, you put it in here. So we used to have the parties would always be in the 50s on a Friday night. And it went on, I bet you, 5 to 10 years. Yeah.
Every weekend down here.
Every weekend was on the beach.
Kids grew up down here.
And the crowds got bigger and bigger. And I've got some wonderful stories that sometimes are a little bit scary to tell, but I will one day put them in a book, I promise you. The Frog Hunters. That's what we were known as.
Billy.
Yeah.
Gave you that name. Oh, us that name.
There are sandbars. You can clearly see the sandbars.
By the wave action.
Yeah, by the wave action, but it's just weed. If you go do a long cast, it doesn't take much weed to get on them lines to break out your sinker and drag it down the beach. Because it's just ripping so fast.
Yeah.
That's a chunk of rope.
Isn't it?
That's off an oil rig. An oil rig. What size? I call that manweed. So we're in the 40s now. I'm not going to go back, but there is an interesting little wreck behind the dune line called the Liliane. It's been written about, but we've watched it over the years.
Really,
Just yeah, there's barely anything left of it now. And behind it is the biggest sand, or used to be the biggest sand dune on this beach. That guy said he's got in some manweed.
Oh.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I hope so too. I hope so.
Oh, there's that egret, is it? Was it?
No, that's a blueberry.
Oh, was it blue again?
Took off back to the babies.
Yeah, so the biggest dune back there is behind the Liliane, the wreck of the Liliane, about half a mile back. In fact, there's a video of me rolling kids down that dune.
Yeah, they loved it, didn't they?
Yeah, and the weirdest thing, you could go up it in the middle of summer and the sand would be wet at the top. So it's like some effect was dragging moisture up there. I don't know why. Oh, he's been catching sharks. MD is on using gaff top as bait.
Oh.
Good one.
Yeah.
What size were they? Post. Hang on. Let's see what he's saying.
Oh, there it is.
All sharks, 60 inches plus.
Nice.
Is that, what's that? Is that a bird there? No.
No.
One of them things.
Cut up for birds.
One of them things I thought were birds. Although my truck is covered underneath in boiled linseed oil, I still wash it off every time I get home.
There we go.
Just part of the deal. And I've been going through that quack quack, quick quack car wash so much, all my signs have faded. Someone's saying they hope I write the book sooner than later.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You know, there was a guy named Art Morris, and he was going to get involved in the writing of a book about this beach and the stuff that we got up to. Art Morris was with me when Byron Knowles caught like a 10.5-foot hammerhead on an ugly stick with a 9-aught. I caught a bluefish, which I gave to Byron. He hooked this massive shark, and it took him miles down the beach.
Yeah.
And he got it in though, and it over the bars because it was such a big fish. I could not believe how big its head was when I was going to have to put a loop on it. Oh yeah. But anyhow, the thing I was thinking of was that everything's connected. Like yeah, well, it's the same thing. It could be insane. Turn up at the same time, say mullet in north, at the same time as jackfish. Do you know what I mean? Anyhow, so yeah, and we've got some good stories, I promise you. And dear old Spurlock's got some of the best collections of photographs. I'd like to get a picture of Paramount. I've got a camera here, like, so if I could use yours, couldn't I? Hmm?
Absolutely.
Temperature 64, warming up. Yeah, one jacket later. The new turtle shack is getting built. Looks good. I'll show you some pictures of it as we go by. They're building it behind the dune this time.
As long as I can remember.
I'm amazed still signal down here.
Oh, right.
Yeah. This ball, maybe 15 years ago, that's nearly gone. Starting to barely any left of it. Waiting.